The second category is the past participle. So let us look at the past participle. That's the second type. Past participle. The past participle ends in ed, t, d, and n. The past participle, it ends in ed, d, t, en, n, or and. Now, the past participle, it ends in ed, d, t, en, n, and and. And it denotes the action that is completed. Is called part. So, action here is completed. So, it ends in these action. What about the action? We're talking about action is completed. Action is completed, and therefore we call it the past participle. Why do we call it a past participle? Because action is completed. This you must remember. Action completed, and the word ends in ed, t, d, en, n, and. Okay. Now we look at the example for us to understand better. Okay. Examples. A. Driven by hunger, she stole a piece of bread. Driven by hunger. Driven by hunger. Driven by hunger, she stole. She stole a piece of bread. A piece of bread. Driven by hunger. What are we talking about? We said the past participle ends in en. Driven. Okay? Driven by hunger, she stole a piece of bread. Another one. Mohan is liked by all. Or Mona. Mona is liked. Ed, we said ends in ed. By all. Okay? Liked by all. He is a retired officer. He is. He is a retired. ED. Retired officer. Is a retired officer. Then we saw the house burned to ashes. We saw the house. We saw the house burned. T, to ashes. We saw the house burned to ashes. We have done tea. Then. Okay. Now let's look at the words here. Driven, liked, retired, burned. Let's look at those words. Now, the action here is completed. Hence, we say it's a past participle. Now, what is a past participle? A past participle, a past participle, a past participle is the third form of verb, is the third form of the verb. A past participle, the third form of the verb. Drive, when you say drive, then you have drove. Then you have driven. So this is 1, 2, 3. A past participle is the third form of the verb. When you say drive, he drove the car, driven. Driven by hunger. Or we can say, we saw a car driven at full speed. Somebody was driving at the driven. The word driven is used. That's the third form. Here, when you say here, liked, retired, burnt. Okay, so past participle is a third, we use the third form of verb. Okay, now we have done first, present participle, past. Next we go into the perfect participle. Now it's very easy to remember the past participle. We have used the third form, the last form of the verb in all this. Okay? So, and the action is completed. The past participle words end in en, ed, t, d, n, or and. Ending. And here the action is completed. And what form of verb we use here? The last form. The last form. The present participle, we use the last form of word. For example, drive. He drove, driven. The last form. So the past participle is action complete and it's very easy. Now we go into the third form, the perfect participle. And that's what we are going to do in the next.